Red Ball is the game series that no one knows, but I love. No one really knows about this Flash game series. It's the kind of thing you play in elementary school and forget 5 years later. But I kept with it. It kinda has a part in my heart because the time when I was playing Red Ball was a really emotional time for me. But enough of that. Let's just get into it. Oh right! The gameplay of these games are fairly simple. You can jump, you can roll around, and you have to get to the end of the level. There are certain blocks you can push, or many other things, and there are enemies or spikes that will hurt you. That's the entire game. It's really, really simple. Anybody can play it, really, you know? Anybody can go into it, beat it. It's good for beginners. Okay, now on to the actual games. This is the original Red Ball. It's one of my favorite, and it's the one I played the most and had the most fun with. I remember me and my friends racing to get to the end of each level and punishing those who lost. You can definitely tell it's the starting point of the series. The graphics are very subpar, but that's what you get for a Flash game in the early 2000s. The lines on some of the character sprites, you could tell they aren't made very well. But the gameplay is surprisingly good. You can basically do whatever you want in the game. You can experiment on how you want to jump. You could speed up, slow down. It's kind of really cool. Obviously, it doesn't look good, sound good, or I was about to say play good, but I stopped myself there because it wasn't good. The real thing that is holding this game up is the gameplay. There's obviously no story, so you know. But the other games, they do seem to have a story. The thing about the second game is, this is the first game in the series, the second one, that has a story. It's a very simple story, so I'm just not going to talk about it. But I'll just say it's Mario type story, where it's very simple, and it's only used to explain why they're doing this in the first place. So, this game, well, the thing about the first game is that its simplistic art style was kind of the quirk of it, and that's the point. But this game, it's almost like it's hard to be too realistic with its visuals. As you can see, the grass is kind of like looking oddly real. The stone, the spikes, everything. I think they should have gone with a more cartoony art style. I mean, it is cartoony, but not cartoony enough. Again, the sound is a bit better from the first game. Not completely better, you know. It's you know, it's a sequel. But again, it holds itself up by its very good gameplay. And the first game with a story, which the games keep improving on every time. Red Ball 3 goes for a more cartoony art style with its visuals, and I like it. It's better. Even though some of the lines are a little weird, it's still good. The story of the game is now even more Mario-like, with an evil villain stealing Red Ball's girlfriend. That's funny. But the gameplay. Let's talk about the gameplay. Again, it consistently is good, and it adds a lot of new features. My favorite is you see, there's this thing where there's a ramp, and then you go up, and boom, you go down. I like that. Okay, so yeah, this game, it's kind of like, no one really talks about this game. No one really talks about the series. But Red Ball 3 is kind of the thing that the developers were waiting for the right moment to release their masterpiece. Red Ball 4. Whew! This game has the most gameplay, the most sounds, the most visuals. I know that sounds wrong, but no, it doesn't sound good, but come on, there's so much. There's 5 episodes. 1 where you're in a grassy area. 2 where, honestly, 2 is kind of forgettable. 3 where you're in a giant machinery and you fight a boss. At the end of each episode, there's a boss, man. Then there's 2 DLC episodes, free DLC. 1 where you're on the moon, and another when you're underground. Again, they all have boss fights. Oh, I remember now. Episode 2 is in the forest. Each episode having new enemies, new sounds, new visuals, except for the main character. And the visuals are at their peak now. It's amazing. And the gameplay again is fantastic. Even better. Now focusing more on beating enemies and puzzles more than getting across the stage. Getting across the stage is the main goal. But to get there, you're not just jumping and rolling. You're solving puzzles and you're defeating enemies. Now this, I'd have to say, is the best of the games in the series. I hear it's on the App Store. You should really get it. Sometimes I think Red Ball 5 is a fan game with a different gameplay element. But it's not. If you look at it, you'll notice that it's very different from the rest of the games. I don't know, and it somehow, it seems way less, good, I know that's not how you say it, than Red Ball 4, its visuals. Even though they are technically better, they just seem too bright. And all the enemies, they have nothing to do with Red Ball or anything. Where are you? There's no story. Even though this is quite a long game with quite a couple levels, I still never got the hang of it. It's something that really caught me off guard. When I was researching for this level, this is when I first found the game. I didn't know, and when I looked at it, I thought, that's a fan game. That's gotta be a fan game. But it isn't. Because Red Ball doesn't have any fans. No, I'm sure they do. But it just seems different. The sound just seems a bit too happy. There's no bosses or anything. I don't know. This is probably the worst game in the series, but that's not saying much, All the rest of the games are really good, just this game is mediocre. Wait, is it even blank? Yep, it's blank. Okay, so I hear people are using tier lists now. So I thought I would do my own of Red Ball. And since I need to stretch this out as long as possible, I'm doing all of the volumes of Red Ball 4. Red Ball 4 Volume 1, Red Ball 3, you get it. Okay, let's go. The original Red Ball, let's go. C, that's an S. A, B, C, F, that's gonna have to go in the B. Right there. Okay. Red Ball 2. It's just as good as the Red Ball, but kind of ruins it with the visuals. C. Then Red Ball 3, we're just gonna B tier. Yeah, B tier. Red Ball 4, masterpiece, A tier. Yeah, S tier, doesn't deserve it. Red Ball 2, honestly, I look back at it, S tier. Red Ball 4, Volume 3, the one in the junkyard. Woo, C tier. It's okay. Oh, but then the moon one, those portals, those zero gravity, those a bunch of lasers. Yeah. A tier. So, and then the mining one. This I would put it in a B tier, but just that final boss fight, you have to play it for yourself. Probably puts it up to a S tier. And then Red Ball 5. Yeah, that's gonna be a. Yeah, let's just put that maybe over. Okay, so we're not allowed to put it over there. I guess I'll just put it in E tier. And that's my tier list. Thank you so much. Okay, thank you all for watching the video about this franchise that nobody knows about and is only on computers and is a flash game. But it's, it's dear to my heart. I don't have really anything to conclude about, so just listen to this. Wait. Oh, we're recording? Okay. Started on some floating blocks, now I make 'em all shocked. Then I became a man, that was the wrong land. Then I got better, I got a letter and I met her in a street in Miami. I'm jumping, I'm something, I'm rolling, I'm mowing through my enemies. Nothing can stop me. I got I got a masterpiece. Don't know if she was trying to get a piece. Ooh. Then I went downhill. I might have killed an entire franchise. Oh God, I can't believe my eyes. What have I done? I am the one. This isn't lit. You gotta sit down and think about what you've done. What have you done? What? I am the one. I gotta fix it fast. Ah!